How to recover a disabled Facebook ad account business manager in 5 minutes or less. And this is the new up-to-date version. And depending on when you're watching this video, if there is a newer way, always leave a link down below to the next video. So if there's not a link in this video description, then this is the most up-to-date way of fixing your Facebook ad accounts and business manager. So first things first, you need to know why you got disabled. So here is a couple things directly from Facebook that I'll leave links down below that you can go in and build your knowledge on it and learn more about why this stuff is happening and ways to prevent it. I'll cover a little bit more of that in this video as well. But one of the things that's important to understand when it comes to with dealing with Facebook and their new bans and all of their new updates and all that fun stuff coming out is understanding and being compliant with what they ask. That's the best way to ultimately prevent your chances with this. So it talks about how landing pages, false information, like Facebook will actually go through your landing pages. And if you're making, like, let's say, for example, a financial income claim saying make $10,000 a month, that's against their policy. So a lot of that is covered in here. I also left another page right here where you can learn a little bit more as well, and certain things that Facebook does not like. So I'll leave those links down below. Go ahead, check those out after this video. But here are the actual fast 3 steps in order to appeal your account once it gets disabled. So first things first is you're going to want to go and click the Visit Account Quality tab. It's actually in your Ads Manager. And then when you're in there, you'll want to read it and see what it actually says, because a lot of the times when people are first setting up their ad accounts or business managers, most of the time Facebook just wants to verify who you are and that you're a real person. And all they'll request is just for you to upload an ID proving that you are actually a real person. So sometimes it's a little easier said than done. Most of the time, you'll actually have to go in there and hit submit a review. And when you submit a review, you're going to want to make sure that you click in there and say that it is your business account and that you're not sure which policy you violated. That's very important that you put you don't know which policy you violated. So after you submit a review, sometimes it can get approved right away. Sometimes it could be an hour, a couple hours, it could be days. I've even seen it sometimes take up to months. One thing that you can do to speed this up a little bit is actually go and do a little bit of research on Facebook and find out where you can find their support channel. A lot of times it's a lot easier said than done. Sometimes you can just type in Facebook support and it pops right up. I honestly have come to the conclusion that Facebook updates this every week and tries to hide it from more and more people and only lets certain people see it. That's just a conclusion I personally made myself. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's the same way. But one of the things that has helped me a lot is actually being able to go out there and find one of these support specialists and telling them what's going on and have them actually bump it up to their request desk and make it a top priority. Now, if you're doing this, it could be one of those things where it is really a pain in the ass, to be real with you, because sometimes when you do this, it just depends on how lucky you are. You might find a support specialist that really loves their job and bumps it up and gets things fixed for you. Other times you might find someone that absolutely hates what they're doing, is miserable, and they'll just say, hey, wait here, I will do it the best I can. So it's kind of one of those things where you're going to go fishing and see really what comes out. Now, I get it. You don't want to wait forever, especially if you're running ads for somebody else or your own business. You want that stuff up and running as fast as possible. So I've personally spent millions of dollars on ads, and I've come up with a couple things that I found that helps better this situation. Because ultimately at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a situation that nobody really wants to deal with, but when you're in this space, you got to deal with it. So a couple of things that you can do is, number one, go to a family member, a friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, business partner, whoever it is, and get their login information and log into their account and run ads. Now, if you're going to do this, you need to be strategic about this, because I personally have done this. My personal account is banned on Facebook that I can't run. So I had to go and get a little creative when doing this. So when you're going to do this, and it's been working out for me pretty well for a while, is you want to make sure, one, that you get a VPN, and two, you log in through a different browser. So again, to reiterate that, if you're going to go this route and get a, let's say, friend's Facebook account to log in or run ads, you want to make sure that you are logging in a separate browser and using a VPN, and making sure that your own Facebook will never be on the same time that this Facebook account is on. So it's a little bit unorthodox, but it's a way to go about it. And it worked really well for me. The next thing you can do is buy aged Facebook accounts. I used to do this. It's never been fun, to be honest. I really suggest this being like the last resort, just because you're getting a little slimy and you're using fake accounts, and Facebook really catches on to that stuff. But you know, I get it. Sometimes you get in those scenarios where you have to figure stuff out. So you can go online and figure out how to buy aged Facebook accounts if that's the case. Now, real quick, let's go over a couple ways that you can prevent this in the first place. Number one, update your business settings with an LLC in the information. If you go into your Facebook and go down to the bottom, it'll have like a settings tab, and then you can update and verify your business information in there. In fact, we do that with all of our businesses and all of our ad clients, is actually update their information before we do anything. It's one way that's helped a lot of things. Number two, max out your ad accounts and business managers. If you go to your business settings and create as many business managers as you can, that'd be the first thing I would do. And then number two, under those business managers, create as many ad accounts as you possibly can. Now, Facebook is a little bit different with this. Before, they used to just give you a bunch of ad accounts. And now what I've noticed, it's more of just like one ad account per business manager, which it's a love-hate relationship. As you start spending more money, Facebook will gradually start giving you more and more ad accounts. But that's right. It's really important to find like a Facebook support specialist if you can. But that's just one thing to look at. Sometimes you might get lucky and win the Facebook lottery and get a bunch of ad accounts. I personally have been doing this for over 5 years now, and we have hundreds of ad accounts because we've been doing this process over and over and over again. But just keep that in mind. Number three, play by Facebook's rules. I get it. It's not fun. This stuff sucks. But at the end of the day, this is what weeds out the beginners compared to people like me and you who are on here doing research, learning more and more. So take it with a grain of salt. Actually read their policy. I left those links down below. Get familiar with what they allow, what they don't allow, like little things that you would never even think about, like saying the word "you" gets flagged. That's something that I've found from doing this for a while, is like words like "you," putting stuff in all caps, having specific things on landing pages. Like the more and more you do this, the more and more you'll learn about what you can and can't do. I always like to keep it simple. If you ever see my ads, they'll be super simple and straight to the point. Now, I've come to the conclusion that there's a couple phases of Facebook ads. So keep in mind, every ad account is different, but here they are. First one is business LLC information, making sure that you put that information in there, get that verified. Two, you might start getting some ads up and running, and then Facebook will come down and shut you down unless you update a photo ID verification. Number three, you think you're smooth sailing for a little bit, and then right around that 15K mark that you spend, they take a bigger look into your ad account, your landing pages, and then if there's one thing that offsets them, they'll shut it down. You'll be forced to go do something else. And then from there, there's other options that you'll have to explore. But those are kind of like the three starting positions. I can explain those more in another detail if you'd like to. Just let me know down below. But that's really ultimately how you recover a disabled Facebook account, and just some things I personally learned along the way. So if you are someone that is running ads right now, or maybe an agency owner, or just someone that's wanting to start to learn how to make money online, I released a $7 mini course to help you get your first 3 clients that you can run ads for down below and start making money online. It's only $7. It's completely money back guarantee. So if you're not happy, no worries. It's a great way to get started, and I just want to help get back. So you can grab it at agencylaunchmap.com. Again, links are in the comments down below, or in the bio actually. And with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.